Alright guys, so when I did my last video, I said that I would come with a bit of an update on the situation with coronavirus, with what's happening out there in the market. We had open houses last weekend. There's obviously been some announcements overnight in relation to open homes and auctions. So I just want to touch on those quickly and then give you a little bit of insight onto what's happening now in the market. And hopefully that'll be really informative for you and give you an overall picture. So obviously overnight, open houses and auctions in room and on site are now cancelled. Now that still means you can look at property, but it's just by private appointment. So we are still showing property by private appointment, which means you need to get in contact with us if you really want to look at something. On auctions can still go ahead, but they need to be under something like the Auction Now platform, where you can bid online, register online. So we'll have more information for you with that over the next few days. In relation to last week's open homes, we had a lot of people still out and looking. We had to be more careful about getting them through the property, so we just stemmed the flow, letting only 10 to 15 groups through in a property at one time. The other thing that we also did was just ask a few questions, make sure that people haven't been overseas in the last 14 days, and that's what we're doing with private appointments too. But we had 45 groups at a property in Mayfield East. We still had normal numbers out in Fern Day. We put 4 properties under offer this week. Things are still okay, but what I would stress is if you are looking at coming to market, get things done now, get photos done, get the property in the market in the next 2 weeks. There's still people looking who have sold properties and need to buy, but that will dry up eventually, I think. So if you're looking to come to market, try and get things done as soon as you're possible. Don't rush it, but you will need to rush it to a point. I'm not one to tell someone to rush a property to market, but I do stress that I think being on the market in the next 2 weeks, if you need to sell, is crucial. So speak to us about that, speak to your agent about that, but that is one thing that I would stress. The other thing is, if you do not need to sell, if you are just testing the market, this is not the time to do it. If you do not need to sell, this is not the time to put your property out there for sale. You could test the market through an agent's database or their buyer hit list or their Facebook group. You can push it out that way off market. So if you were testing the market, that would be the way to do it. But don't go spending big dollars on a marketing campaign in this climate. It's not going to work and it'll just flood the market with unnecessary property. Let the people get their property to market who need to sell. If you've got any questions about what's happening at the moment, it's really uncertain times. We're getting asked a lot of different questions about this, so we'll try and answer them where we can. But please reach out if you need to know anything in particular. Thank you and stay safe.